In Pittsburgh in 1996, we find Jamie, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, working at an electronics store. He's quite the smooth talker, persuading women of all ages to buy phones and stereos, all while flirting with Christy, the girlfriend of the store owner. Jamie and Christy sneak away for an intimate encounter, but their actions are accidentally broadcast over the intercom, leading to Jamie getting punched by his boss and making a hasty exit from the store, even managing to flirt with a woman named Amber on his way out. Later that evening, Jamie joins his family for dinner. His father and sister are doctors, and his brother Josh is wealthy from his medical software company. During dinner, Josh and his wife argue, and Jamie's family chastises him for dropping out of medical school. Jamie, however, remains unfazed and reveals his plan to become a pharmaceutical sales representative with Josh's help. With Josh's assistance, Jamie lands a job at Pfizer after attending several seminars. He embarks on his sales journey, trying to convince doctors to prescribe Zoloft and Zithromax. Unfortunately, doctors reject him at every turn, much to the disappointment of his business partner and supervisor, Bruce, played by Oliver Platt, who sees Jamie as his ticket to a more prestigious position in Chicago. Bruce informs Jamie that if he can convince Dr. Knight to prescribe Zoloft instead of Prozac, other doctors will follow suit. In a desperate move, Jamie tries to befriend Dr. Knight but resorts to stealing Prozac samples from the doctor's office. Jamie's sales struggle continues, so he resorts to bribing Dr. Knight with $1,000 to let him shadow him. During their time together, Jamie enthusiastically promotes Zoloft over Prozac. However, Jamie also meets Maddie, played by Anne Hathaway, a 26-year-old woman with early-onset Parkinson's disease, in Dr. Knight's office. Maddie informs Jamie that her medications were stolen, and she provides him with a list of necessary refills. In a rather awkward moment, she also asks Dr. Knight to examine a strange lump on her breast, which turns out to be a spider bite. In the parking lot later, Maddie confronts Jamie about his deception and punches him for pretending to be an intern and for looking at her breast. She takes a photo of him with an instant camera and departs. Returning home, Jamie discovers that Josh has separated from his wife and seeks a place to stay temporarily. Jamie contacts Dr. Knight's receptionist, with whom he's involved, to obtain Maddie's address and phone number. He asks Maddie out for coffee, and after some initial reluctance, she agrees. Their date is characterized by Jamie's charm and Maddie's rudeness. Within 10 minutes, they head back to her apartment for a casual sexual encounter. However, Maddie promptly kicks him out afterward. Their relationship becomes a series of spontaneous sexual encounters whenever Maddie calls Jamie. One day, while disposing of stolen Prozac pills in a dumpster, Jamie encounters Trey, a Prozac representative, confronts Jamie about his actions and warns him to stay away from Maddie. Jamie later gets involved with selling Viagra, which makes him popular among doctors. One night, Jamie visits Maddie at her downtown loft, where she shares her struggles with Parkinson's and her job as a waitress without health insurance. During their encounter, Jamie experiences erectile dysfunction but finds comfort in Maddie's understanding. Jamie's concern for Maddie's health grows, leading him to research Parkinson's disease extensively and seek specialist help. Over several weeks, Jamie takes Maddie to various specialists and seminars, financing her medical tests and maxing out his credit cards on travel expenses. An argument eventually leads to their breakup against Jamie's wishes. Depressed after the breakup, Jamie attends a pajama party hosted by a doctor. Jamie's brother, Josh, decides to reconcile with his wife, and Jamie has a painful reaction to Viagra. As he's rushed to the emergency room, Josh expresses that he misses his wife and intends to return to her. Jamie's life takes a twist when he discovers a video of him and Maggie discussing their relationship in bed. Realizing he still loves her, Jamie rushes to find Maggie, who is on a date with someone else. Bruce reveals that Jamie has been promoted to the Chicago office. Jamie and Maggie have an emotional encounter, leading them to reconcile. They attend a Parkinson's convention, and Jamie goes above and beyond to support Maggie's health. Despite the difficulties ahead, they choose to face life together. In a closing montage, Jamie reflects on their journey, and we see them living together, with Jamie studying for medical school. The movie ends with a message about living life to the fullest and following one's dreams, emphasizing that money isn't everything.